Well, it's wicked awesome to be here. I spent the last 6 months trying to teach a group of 9 other kids from all around the country how to talk like us. And it came out all right. They would usually use wicked the right way. I'd have to explain now and then. But there's nothing like being here at home with you guys. And none of this would be happening today if I hadn't had your support this whole time. So, thank you. You guys are the ones who rock. I just kind of help channel it and bring it to national television and represent the weird kids. I want to extend a special thank you to everybody who wore a costume today. Thank you for your spirit, especially the grown-ups, the moms and dads who are representing the costumes today, because it's a spooky day. I'm not as good at speaking as singing in front of people. Believe it or not, it's easier to sing for me. But there are some people here who, when I thought about the people who shaped my childhood and growing up in Barnstable, and the people who really made an impact on me, besides maybe the obvious, there are my parents who are around. My dad's over there. He'll be rocking out later. My mom's around somewhere. Dressed nice and creepy. There she is. And my beautiful family and friends, everybody who's here, especially the guys in our band, Lunar Valve. I couldn't thank them enough for being, my best friends, my real friends. But there are people, too, who it didn't always have to do with music or theater. It just had to do with the fact that they believed in me no matter what. And they encouraged my differences. And they encouraged my hard work and everything that I sought out to do. These teachers were behind me the whole time. And not to discredit any other teachers I had, because they're all amazing, but these guys really stood out, and I wanted to make sure that I got to say thank you in a really special way. So here I've got Mr. Carlin. He was my English teacher in 7th grade. Now, Mr. Carlin was my English teacher, but he had such a fantastic way of incorporating the arts, and especially music, into his curriculum. And I was only in 7th grade, but it really meant such a big deal to me. And who knew that at this time in my life I'd be thinking back to times when he would give me Billie Holiday albums and say, I think you'd like this, or Ella Fitzgerald, all kinds of stuff like that, Madeline Peru, and how cool is that? He didn't have to, he's an English teacher, but this is Barnstable, we're lucky. So thank you, Mr. Carlin. We've got quite a duo. We've got Mr. and Mrs. Gyra, who I'm sure a lot of you know. Now, I'm sure a lot of you know about the efforts that the Gyras have put into making this a better community for all of us and for future generations, with the Astro Park that's been built in the high school, that started being built when I was a freshman, and by the time I graduated, it had transformed into the most beautiful part of a school I think I've ever seen. So we wouldn't have that without them. And besides everything else, they're a science teacher and an English teacher, but they never stop pushing the limits of what it means to be a teacher. They're our friends, and I bet a lot of you out there had them in class or knew them before, and you would agree with me that you don't meet people like the Gyras every day, so thank you. Also, on behalf of the Barnstable Music Department, where I got so much priceless training, and I wouldn't be able to do the things that I do without it. And I'm just so blessed that I grew up in a community and in a school that focused so much on music and encouraged it. So I'd like to thank my chorus teacher, Ms. Wittrall, Ms. Wittrall only joined Barnstable School District a few years ago. She was there my senior year, but just in that short amount of time, the care and the passion that she showed us as students and as musicians really meant the world at times when we were stressed out or we were scared about a performance or a competition. And it's a lot more meaningful than people might realize when you have somebody who's on your side and who's your friend like that. So thank you, Ms. Wittrall. Now, somewhere around here, there are two guys who I'm sure some of you know that, for some crazy reason, let me be on stage for about 10 years in this town. And, so I'd like you guys to all help me extend this special, tremendous thank you to the two men who have run the Barnstable High School Drama Club for some time now. I'm not going to say how long or they'll yell at me, but it's not every high school that has a drama club like ours, and I think it's pretty obvious when you come to see one of our shows that we mean business. And it's thanks to these guys. I'd like you to help me thank Mr. John Sullivan and Mr. Ed O'Toole. Of course, none of this would be possible today without help from so many different people, everyone from the town, all the kids in the drama club who have volunteered, who are going to march in the parade today, everyone who's making food, carving pumpkins, every business on Main Street. You got to help support them. I've spent so much time here. This Main Street is one of my other homes, and it's just great to be here. So thank you to everyone for coming out today. Thanks for getting spooky. What do you say we have a parade? Alright, I want to see your scariest monster faces on. I want to hear your scariest monster growls. I want to hear some screams. And I want to see you all at the haunted house this week. Alright, thank you guys.
Thank you. I do want to mention that the New England Society for Abandoned Animals is Siobhan's charity, and they have a table up there if you have a chance to stop by. Beetlejuice, are you going to lead us off to Siobhan? Is going to get on the
carriage? All right, folks, we're going this way.
All right.
Because it's showtime. Here we go.